Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. For those of you looking to keep your crypto safe, there are links in the description below. I've been watching maybe too many. I've been watching a lot of things recently about working 9 to 5, people not having the money. I think I exist in a bit of a, I don't want to say the term bubble, but I think I've done what I could, what I was able to do over the course of my life in the last 10 or so years to really make sure that I got on the train to invest. As far as being self-sustaining and having enough passive income sources and all these other things. For those of you who don't know, it takes a while to build them. You should probably be starting today. This is not a passive income video, but it's just more of a, I've seen before online, a lot of people want to start passive income streams, but they usually, not that they don't know where to turn because there's more than enough resources, but people typically say, okay, I'm going to start one tomorrow. Actually, on Saturdays when I'm free, and it's like, if you just start them today, and I mean, as you know, simple ways of just making sure that you have extra money coming in every single month that are automated and online and things, I would start that immediately. This is because it has to do with the whole 9 to 5 thing. A lot of these videos floating around kind of shocked me. And I think that comes from the vantage point of me where how do I say this? I refuse to ever work a 9 to 5 ever again. I worked in a card shop. I worked in a comic shop. I used to work in a retail place, which I cannot tell you the name of. I worked inside of a school. This was all years and years ago. But I think the 9 to 5 kind of got to me as maybe this was another video years ago. The retail space that I worked for, we had varying times, the time frame, it wasn't 9 to 5. It was hey, come in at 3 and you work until 11. And I was oh, this is fun. I can't wait to actually do this for the rest of my life. And then you realize really fast that you're kind of not even a cog. You're a little piece of machinery that is just meant to do the same function over and over and over. I had to fold shirts. This was terrible. I had to fold shirts. I had to fold jeans. So any single time that someone walked up to one of the clothing areas and I need a size, and they would flip the whole thing over, my job was to smile at them, walk over to them and kind of fix it. I had to go back and and every single time that someone walked in and out of the store, I had to say, hello, hey, thanks for coming. Hello, good morning. It was a constant thing over and over. And at one point I forgot to say hello to someone because there's hundreds of people going in and out. And I actually got in trouble, and I got into a fight with my manager who thought I wasn't going to fight her back. Not a physical one, but it was she was talking to me over the headset and she just assumed that I wasn't going to talk back to her, that I was going to go, okay, no problem. No. She learned that day really fast. And then I just didn't come in anymore. And so I was okay, I got to figure out something else because this is absolutely terrible. When I tell you, you need to, and please listen to me. Please listen to me. Please. When I tell you that you need to do something now to change it, you need to do something now to change it. One of my big things in my life is a 5 to 10 year kind of swing. Every 5 years, I give myself a new goal or new goals to have. I'll tell you, how much new art do I want to buy? How many pieces of art do I want to have in my collection? How many new pieces of property do I want to buy? What are my monetary goals for that time? Same exact thing with a 10-year extension, but the 10-year ends up being a little bit more intense, and we'll get back into that at some point as well. And the only reason why I started doing this is because years ago, my idea was not just with passive income sources, but it was also how do I do this? Where do I begin? And then one day I told myself to stop making excuses, and I was just do it. You all have different ideas in your mind as to what would be fulfilling for you, or to what you want to do, or how you think you need to make money in a certain way. I have very specific ways for me. I watched another video where this guy was talking about he invests in farmland, he invests in timber, and that was all these different things. And I was like, they never entered my mind before, but for him, it works. Like, it's exactly how he wants to like make his money passively, and all these other systems and businesses and things like that he's also created. The 9 to 5, and I will say this in the nicest way, is going to be the end of you. And I assume you stumbled upon this video in some sort of way. Maybe it was meant to be. I'm not one of those, but you know, maybe it's time as well. I see videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube, of course, YouTube as well. And it's like these compilation videos, and they're really, 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 really sad. Sometimes in some of these videos, it's people in their late 40s or early 50s who are like, I don't have anything. I have nothing. I wasted my time. I didn't start a passive income source. I didn't start a business. I didn't do anything. I just kept on kind of working on this train over and over. And then they're like miserable. Now, keep in mind, even when I say, listen, if you think about building up a passive income source, and I mean, it can be something as simple as even like dividend stocks, just something in a big blue chip company or corporation that has been doling out dividends for the past 60, 70 years. They are a very strong company. If you start building that up now, over the course of the decade, you'll start seeing like all this extra money, like literally flowing your way from the actual dividends. And after 10 years of you doing it, and I say this lightly, even if it's just 500 to 1,000 extra that you're getting per month from these dividends, that's going to go a very long way. A lot of people get very discouraged when they think about investing in things or like the passive income that they could make, because I've seen the videos. I've seen them. I make $248,000 per week, and it's like, cool it. Imagine you had, over the course from now, 10 years before, set up a passive income source, and you now were bringing in an extra $500 to extra $1,000 per month. What that would do for you. And this is kind of the generalized idea. It's not that it's easy to get out of the 9 to 5, but it is possible as long as you take time to actually build something else besides that one thing that you're doing over and over. Like I said, these videos are dramatically sad in a multitude of different ways. I saw a video yesterday. Maybe that's the point of this video. I saw a video yesterday about Americans never being able to retire. And it was like a 20-minute, 30-minute video, one of those compilation videos. And the theme was, I have no savings. I don't want to save. I have no retirement plan. I have no retirement options. I don't have a 401k. I have nothing. I will say this before I forget. I've known people in my life who worked for like gigantically huge companies. They didn't have a higher up spot in the company, but just by them working there, they had stock options. And I was devastated to find out a couple of years ago that somebody who was working at one of these jobs, I won't tell you the company, never took any stock options. And over the course of a 30, 40 year time period of them working there, they would have just from the stocks alone made several $1 million. They actually went to the higher up and they like X'd it out. They said, I don't want any stock. Like, I don't understand it. The dividends alone would have given them around, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 a month just in dividends. That's not a joke. And they would have had millions of dollars from that actual stock. If you work for a company that has stock options, talk to someone and learn what it is. Get them. A lot of times you can even do a thing where, like, your employer, you can say, hey, I want to put $150 per month into this stock. Can you guys match it? Same exact way like for your 401k, like your employer matching it. There are tons of ways to make extra money and free money and literally have your money work for you. It's a shame when people kind of, you're going to get older, right? Like, I don't know if anyone told you that, but at some point you're going to want to retire. You might not even want to work right now. That's why I always listen, that 10-year time for this is exactly why I said it. Because something has to click in your mind where you're like, this is it. This is the moment. These people who were in this video and they were talking about that they have no money set aside, they don't have anything. The common theme of these videos wasn't, oh snap, I don't have anything, but tomorrow is when I'm going to start to figure it out. It was always, well, what am I supposed to do? The system's against me. Which it is. Don't ever get that confused. The system is against all normal people because it's made for the wealthy, but there are ways that we can take advantage of it. If you don't have a savings account, you panic. Run around the room right now and panic until you get it through your head that you should have a savings account. If you don't have an emergency fund, panic twice. Because about 4 times this year, I've had to say this. The amount of people who don't have an emergency fund is crazy. One of the videos was this woman who was saying she doesn't have an emergency fund or any savings because she wants to live her life right now. I think she was in her 40s. I want to say 47 or 48. And she was saying that the issue is that life doesn't go on forever. And she's already come to she's already come to terms with the fact that she will never be able to retire. She read somewhere in some magazine that people her age and millennials and younger, because they have no savings, because they don't want to save, because they have nothing put away, that they're probably going to have to work forever, which is a complete lie if you do something about it. I'm a millennial. You just have to work towards the goal. I'm not telling you to become a YouTuber. I'm not telling you to, whatever. I used to sell stuff on eBay. Find something and make it work for you. And the money that you get, you put it in emergency savings, into a savings account, into investments. It will grow. The paycheck that you have, don't lose faith. Life is not over. You're not 138 years old. You have time. Do it now. These people, and I understand the idea of, I don't want to say losing faith, but you get what I mean. It's this kind of it didn't work out before, and my mother doesn't have any money, and no one else in my family does, and I can't control my spending, which was also another thing that these people kept on saying. If you can stop making excuses for yourself, you will probably move to the front of the line. We all have issues. No one here is perfect. You not being able to control your spending is something you can control. One of the girls in the video, she said, my problem is that whenever I get money, I want to spend it. And I just bought a new dress, I bought a new bag, I bought new shoes, I bought new so-and-so. And she's like, and then I was disappointed. She said, I was disappointed with myself because now I can't pay my rent. That is something not only that you have to fix, but that you can fix. That's not oh no, I'm stuck in this situation forever. I can't control myself. Oh, well, I'm 26. I guess I'm never gonna retire. There was a guy in the video, and he said it was something along the lines of, everyone out there, when you guys get money and you see that you have money in your paycheck and you have money in your bank account, how do you not spend it? And I was like, what? The guy goes, yeah, I don't get how people build wealth, because I want stuff, because I need stuff. I got to have stuff. When I'm going out on dates, they need to see that. And I'm like, I find it weird that people don't look back in any sort. And I mean, maybe it's difficult to find this information. No, answer me. Maybe I'm not getting it, where people don't understand that other people in the past who are doing exactly what they're doing right now have nothing. Nothing. Jack diddly squat. That's part of the reason why I invest, is because I saw what happened to everyone around me. I remember going to middle school. I remember going to middle school, and my friends' parents, we all grew up in like what you would call in America the projects. And I remember, I thought as a kid, that adults like had it together. I don't know if it's because of TV or movies or what. At the end, like there's always a happy ending. I thought that everyone around me was in like a tough spot and they were all going to get it together. And then as I got older and it didn't happen, I was like, why isn't anyone getting their lives together? Everyone complained about money. Everyone complained about being broke. Everyone complained about all these other problems. And I was always like, do something about it. And it's not even like go find the job or a better job. Most of these people were working. It's just they were spending all of their money, all of it, and had nothing. I cannot imagine passing that mindset onto my child. It's like that's insane. Can you imagine? Do you want to be in the exact same spot where you are in 10 to 15 years? Do you want to, not have anything to your name? Nothing. Not even a savings account, an emergency savings account. I get it. If you just got into crypto, you just got into investing, you just got into the market, and your brain is like, where do I go? What do I do? But you start buying some crypto. You buy $50 worth every single month, every single week. It builds up. You look at your account, you have something. You have money you've been investing. Savings account, same exact thing. You see the progression of you going through it. You saying that you have a spending problem, period, is crazy. The idea of me having nothing. I sometimes, this is personal. I sometimes struggle with feeling like I'm being too greedy when I invest, because I invest, I buy a lot. And I feel this way sometimes because I look over and I see that other people don't have a lot. Friends, what have you. But then I also see these videos online and I go, of course people don't have a lot. Because they keep making excuses as to why they can't do something. Well, yeah, I had a friend years ago. We don't talk anymore. This was frustrating. I got him into crypto in 2016, 2017, like right as I was getting into it. And I remember he got into, I forgot what it was. He got into some project and I was like, hold your coins, wait till the price goes up. And because he used to always complain that he had nothing. I don't have anything, man. I don't know. You want to go to dinner? No, bro, I can't. I just don't have any. He would tell me how poor his family was, how poor his mother was, the small house that they lived in. When he used to go visit her, he would send me like selfies. And I think he looked sad on purpose being in that house. And I was like, I'm going to try and change your life. I told him to put in like 500 over the course of multiple months, not 5, like 500 in general into a certain coin. At a certain point, I think the coin's value, because everything was rising up in 2017, went to around like 10, 15, 20,000. And I was like, dude, like, you know how much 20,000, like you can invest. And he was like, no, I can't. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, I sold those a while ago. Yeah, no, I sold everything because the price wasn't going up. And I was like, okay, so I took some of it and then I gave some to my mother. And I was like, you did what? That's not the same friend. That's not the same person who bought all that Dogecoin that I told you about a long time ago. It's not the same person. And it was this sad, daunting, well, I sold it. Well, you know, he said something along the lines of like, well, I guess money's not for me. And immediately I was like, okay, dude, well, This was great. It was actually terrible, but we cannot be friends anymore. I don't have time for sadness and self-wallowing. I can't do it. I grew up with nothing. You know how many times we were evicted? Evicted. You ever had a slip on your door when you come back from school with a little piece of tape and it says, get out? You have 5 days. You haven't paid your rent. You ever had one of those before? I've had like 6. When I was young, I used to think we were just spending a night at other people's houses. No, we were homeless. We had nothing. We were broke. This idea of I can only be stuck in this space. Listen, and even crazier, I have to keep saying this over and over because my mind, I'm sorry for screaming. My mind tells me that every single one of you is listening. Every single one listening to every word that I'm saying. I have to keep reminding myself it's probably around 3, 4, 5% of you who are actually listening to the words that I'm saying, who are actually going to put this into practice in some sort of way. There's a very common theme that's going on and it's making me sick. When I look at the comment section and people vehemently disagree with everything that I'm saying, that's not how you do it because and I'm not, this isn't the end all way of making money and making wealth and being comfortable. Making excuses in my comment section is crazy. Making excuses that you can't better yourself, that you can't work out, you can't do this, you can't make more money is insane. None of you are set in stone that you have to live this way for the rest of your life. You can change your life right now. That's why I said my mind thinks everyone's listening to what I'm saying and everyone's on it right now. I'll say a good 300 people are probably paying attention. A good 100, maybe 100, no, that's too much. 50 to 100 people are going to change your lives right now. You're going to get it together. And you're going to look back in your 50s and in your 60s and be like, yeah, of course I could have changed my life. Of course things didn't have to stay the same. I don't want to say that I don't get it. I understand being down and out and being frustrated and stuff like that. In 365 days, do you want to have less money than you currently have right now? Think about a year from now. Do you want to be broker than you currently are because you can't stop yourself from buying new shoes, a bag, a hat, a coat? How many of you already have a winter coat? How many of you are going to buy a brand new coat because you don't need it because you already have one from last year? I know so many people who buy new coats every year. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you spending that money? How many pairs of shoes do you have? How many pairs of sneakers do you have? You don't need 18 new pairs of sweatpants. I don't care if they're on sale. I don't care what website it's from. I don't care if you went to Primark. I don't care where you went. I don't care. Save that money. What do you want to be here again in a year trying to figure out how to get it together? It's not difficult. Having no savings is crazy. Having no emergency savings, having no 401k or retirement plan, having no assets. Right now, right now, look up a list of blue chip dividend stocks that give you a dividend every 3 to 4 months. And the reason why I was saying monthly is because if you have a bunch of them, they end up being every single month. Right now you can go buy a stock. You can go buy a crypto. You can go fractions of Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. You can start your investment journey right now. You can make sure that every single month it's automated. You tell yourself, I don't need that coat. I don't need that so-and-so. Extra 75 every week, every other week, every month. You know how much money you're going to have in the future? It's more than you have right now. It's crazy. I didn't mean to rant. That was not the point of this video. I hate that mindset so much. I hate it. Because you are making excuses as to why you can't progress, why you need to be stuck in this way. You want to you want to be with the same exact place where you are at 65 with no savings and you can't retire? That's what you want? Well, I don't control your life. Hope you all got something from the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.